What is up, guys? Dakota here. Welcome back to the Driving channel. I apologize for A, the wind noise, and B, the rain noise. As you guys can see, it's not the nicest out, but we are currently on our way to the Merus Adventure Park in the Panhandle of Texas. We got about 7 hours to go. But what I thought we'd do in this video is kind of compare the gas mileage in the two-door Bronco and in my old two-door Wrangler. Now, obviously, they're very different, right? Like, this is a twin-turbo V6 with a 10-speed automatic. That is a naturally aspirated V6 with a 6-speed manual. So naturally, the Bronco is probably going to get better gas mileage. But I think the question is, how much better? So this is a Sasquatch Bronco. Like I said, 10-speed automatic V6, 4.7 final drive ratio. And then the two-door JL is Rubicon on 35s, 2-inch lift, and running the stock 410 gears, again with the 6-speed manual. So like I said, just kind of a curious little thing that I wanted to try out and see how much better the Bronco would be. Is it going to be a huge difference? Is it going to be a small difference? Did this before with my 392 and it was kind of fun, so yeah, we're just going to take you guys along and we'll kind of see what's what. Alright guys, so we just stopped at our first fuel stop, and the Bronco's computer says I did 18.1. The Jeep's computer says it did 16.5, but when I do the math with my receipt and the mileage that we've done, the Bronco did 17.5 and the Jeep did 15. So that's only over about 188 miles. So it's pretty interesting. At the moment, again, computer to computer, 18.1 versus 16.5. Just how many miles we've driven divided by the number of gallons we put in. This was 17.5 compared to 15. So decent amount, little chunk there. We're gonna do our longer leg now after we kind of get out, stretch, do all that stuff. Anyways, catch up with you then. All right guys, so real quick, just want to give you guys an update on some stuff. So currently on this next leg, we're doing about 19.2 miles to the gallon. And then also I wanted to let you guys know that so this does have adaptive cruise, and it works all the way down until it gets basically about below 10 miles an hour, and then it'll disengage, which is interesting considering that my Raptor also had adaptive cruise and whatnot, but it was like the full-on traffic adaptive cruise. I'm not touching anything. Here are my feet, right? And I'm in traffic and I'm not doing anything. This is weird. Look, here's my feet. All right, there are the pedals. You can see my feet aren't on the pedals, and we're just kind of doing my own thing. It's about to speed up here in a second. There you go. Look at that. That's weird. Where it could come to a stop, and then it would just keep on creeping up and going forward, and you didn't have to do anything. So I think it's kind of interesting that in this, it works all the way to about 10, and then as soon as you start to dip below and you get into single digits, it just kind of disconnects, and then you'll have to re-engage. Again, not a huge deal, but it's something that I think is kind of interesting. Coming from, two different vehicles, but from the same brand. I think that's kind of interesting. We are now at our last fuel stop, and according to the Bronco, 240 miles with 93 left, so on pace to do about 330 miles, and we were right at, according to this, 19.9. We're gonna fill up and see, there's a train in the background, and see just kind of, and there it goes, actually it wasn't in the background, it's right in front of me. And then we're gonna see kind of how close that was. Did I actually do 19.9, or did I do like before where it was about half a gallon or so less? So we'll see. All right, so according to the Bronco, it did 19.9, and according to just again, just math, it did 19.3, which is pretty solid considering we were doing about 75 to 80 every now and then. So yeah, now we'll see what the Jeep did. So the Jeep actually managed to do 18 miles to the gallon on that particular run, which is pretty solid. So now what we're gonna do is we're actually just gonna head over to finish heading on over to Merus Adventure Park and get to the campsite, and then we will do our actual off-roading tomorrow. All right, unfortunately, like a total noob, I didn't realize that I was having microphone issues and made an outro that you can't hear. So basically, long story short, is the Bronco, naturally, being a 10-speed automatic versus a manual, it's got 4 extra gears, it got a little bit better gas mileage. Obviously, you could close the gap by having an 8-speed auto 2-door Wrangler. Both have similar sized tanks. Obviously, the downside with the Wrangler is even if you do get the 8-speed auto, you still don't get the same amount of power and torque as the Bronco, but still interesting to see that on this particular trip, the biggest difference we saw was about 2.5 miles per gallon, and the smallest difference we saw was about 1.5 miles per gallon. So just a quick little video, guys, just because I thought it was interesting. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.